Hey, it's Dr. Day. Just want to pop on here for a few moments. I seen a reel today and it got on my nerve. I'm just being serious. All these ladies just want to get on the social media and cry about why this man did this to me and why did this happen. And she was saying and she was pleading to men to stop breaking women. And as I was sitting there looking and listening to what she was crying, I mean, she was really sobbing, she was boo-hooing. And I was like, baby girl, because sometimes I be just want to reach in the phone and just snatch some of y'all young ladies, okay? Just snatch y'all out of whatever delusional world that you in. And she was like, men, stop breaking us. And I said, can't no man break you unless you allow him to break you. That's just the reality of it. If you stop being thirsty, then you wouldn't have the issues that you have. So many young ladies, I don't know if it's a lack of fathers in the house. I don't know what it is, or they seen their mom. I mean, it's just something that these young ladies are getting in themselves into situationships. You know, everything has a title and everything has a name now that sounds so good, and it sounds like it's the thing happening. It's the new wave. But you can't follow a wave all your life, because if you do, you know, like a wave in the ocean, it goes like this and it goes like this. And then after a while, after it go through that tumultuous high note and everything, it'll smooth on out and leave you flattened, because that's what relationships will do sometime. When you say and you make a plea for men to stop breaking us. No, can't no man break you unless you break yourself. You got to let love find you. Okay, you have to let love find you. In other words, you have to stand still, take your hands off it, use your brains for something else. Use the energy that you're putting in for a man, use it for something else. Okay, time is winding down. The clock has not stopped ticking. And you don't have as many days that you think you have. And so why do you want to take all your days and just pursue running after a man? If he doesn't want you, that's fine. You got to let love find you. And usually, and I ain't going to say usually, if you keep finding yourself in situations, that means the people that you're running into, they don't have a hill of beans, don't kill a hill of beans about you, have no respect for you, don't see you as wife material. You should be preparing yourself. If you want that significant other and you want to get married one day, this is the time that you need to wait. Heal yourself from the trauma that maybe you had growing up, the trauma that you was in a last relationship. Trust yourself enough to know that you are capable of being that virtuous and that tightest woman. You are capable of finding love. But when you put yourself in situations and then you want to get on the social media platform and cry and boo-hoo and snoot and snot, and what do you think the world's going to do? Only thing people are going to do is put a whole bunch of hateful comments in the bottom of your post. And so she was just, like I said, she was just ramping and raving. And I said, you know what? This is just too much. You know, I just thank God that I am in the season where I am. And everything that I do, I'm trusting God's timing. And that's what you have to do. Everything has to be in the timing of God. God knows when you need a significant other. And if he doesn't want you to have a significant other, he's not going to bring that Joseph, or maybe you're looking for a Boaz in your life, that man that who is going to be everything that you desire. But the problem is you desire things that you're putting people in the position to make people you want to find that perfect man. But there's no perfect person. We all have flaws. We all have issues. We all have problems. But what you do is, with the person that you want to be with, the person that you want to build with, you work those issues, you work those flaws out, and you work those problems out. But you cannot be healed if you're jumping from relationship to relationship and you're constantly being thirsty. That's all it is. You're thirsty. That's another term that they was using a long time ago. I don't know, maybe they still use it, but I'm saying, yes, ladies, you are thirsty. You got to stop being thirsty. You got to stop running behind a man and giving him, you say, I gave him my all. What is your all? The only thing is the all is your body. You didn't give him your mind, because if you had given him your mind, and if you was a woman who had dreams and visions and aspirations and all those things, you would have presented that to him before you presented your body. So stop saying men or asking men to stop hurting you. First of all, and I'm sorry, and some of you men, you probably say, well, who she thinks she is, and it is what it is. I can say what I want because this is my channel. Most of these men out here, like Tony Gaston says, they're little boys and grown bodies. They have their own issues going on, and they haven't been taught how to be a man. They don't even know what a real man is. A real man is not hopping from bed to bed and having women that you discard like you throw away a piece of trash. And that's what they're doing. And ladies, you are allowing it to happen. So you have to wait. You have to trust yourself enough to know that you have more dignity and you have more character about yourself. It is a season where you're waiting. It's not a punishment. It's a preparation. Everything takes time. It takes time for relationships. Relationships don't evolve or happen as soon as you jump in the bed and you think the relationship. No, it should have been a progression. It should have been a step-by-step, strategic plan that you were working towards. Okay? You don't get in the bed with somebody on the first night, the first time you meet someone, and you wondering why your heart is being broken. Because like I said, you're two broken, flawed people who just involved yourself in a flawed mess. And so the cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats. And I was saying, okay, so if you knew this, then why didn't you just wait and hold off to get into a relationship when you hadn't healed from the last relationship? Because she was saying, well, this is happening to me all the time. Well, baby, you're the common denominator. You're the common denominator. And can't no man break you unless you allow them to break you. Why? Because you have the ultimate control in the whole thing. If you don't want to give your body to a man, then you don't give your body to a man. Let him go down the street to Sally Sue, Mary Jo, or whoever that doesn't even think about they have value to themselves too. They've been doing it so long, it become a habitual habit, and they think it's the norm and it's okay. And it's not okay, ladies. You're making the decent ladies out there look bad. Because you're loose, goosey, and you're all over the place, men that are even nice, decent men sometimes fall into that trap. They get the loosey-goosey person, and the one that they might say, well, she's not what culture say she's supposed to look like. She's not the norm that you would have on your arm. So you bypass the most virtuous woman because she doesn't look like to your standards, whatever your standards might be. And the reality is, brother man, that you look in the mirror and look at yourself, because you're not as handsome as you think you are. So first of all, let's get that straight. Okay? And somebody might say, well, you know what, Dr. Day, you're not as cute as you. I'm as cute as I want to be and as cute as I think I am. And that's it. And I don't have to worry about no man telling me how good I look, because I know what the Father said, and I know the Father created me the way He wanted me to be created. And in His eyes, I am beautiful. Why? Because the Word says I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, marvelous in the sight of God. So I don't trip no more. Yeah, there was a time I did trip, but baby, I don't really care. But it just hurts my heart when I see these young girls, and I'm talking about these 20 to 28 that group right there, they just lost. They just lost. And then you get into the 30 and 40 group, and they feel like they have no hope. Then the 50 and 60 group, oh, they just like think they out cows in the pasture. And then when you get my age, you definitely be like, oh, I don't have a chance. Oh, yes, you do, baby girl. Yes, you do. As long as you have breath in your body, there is a chance. Now, if God wants you to have significant other at 70 years old, he will put that person in your past. You don't have to go and chase after nobody. God has somebody for you. You just got to wait. You just got to stop being so thirsty. And one of the things that I noticed in my season, when I read and think about the scripture, 1 Corinthians 13:4, where it says, love is patience. Patience protects you from hurt, harm, and danger. When you have patience, you don't worry about jumping out there before time. But when you want to pursue everything, what do? It drains you. Then you get on social media, you're whining and crying, and men, why you break us, woman? And I was like, while she was saying that, I was like, baby girl, you put yourself in that category. Don't put all us women in that category, because all of us ain't being broken. All of us got enough sense to know that a man, if you allow him to break you, he will break you, and he will break you down to the least common denominator and toss you aside and pick up someone else that he's ready to break down to. So you got to know that this, whatever is going on in your life, whatever you're looking for, it's not a punishment. God is not punishing you. God is trying to allow you to heal. He wants you to wait. He wants you to heal, and he wants you to trust him. The word said, lean on him and don't try to understand. See, too often we just go before God. You know, we want to be the horse, the buggy, and the carriage. We want to be everything. We want to be everything to everybody. We want people to look at us and say, we got a man. And then, you don't have a man. But baby, you don't know what's going on in those other people's house. They might be out here looking like they holding hands and they lovey-dovey, and they kissing on each other. But you don't know the hockey stick what's going on in their house. Everything that looks good is not good. So I had just came on here this evening because I be looking at those reels to try to see what it is that I need to pray for and what it is I need to minister. And this is one of the things I said, no, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to talk to my daughters. Okay. You do not allow a man to break you. A man cannot break you. You allow him to break you. Everything about you, you have the control, and you have to know that. You have the control until you find your Boaz and your Joseph, and then you get into a covenant relationship, and then you let go of the control, and then now you be a wife to that man, and y'all build something up together. Stop talking about this man is breaking you. Like I said, can't nobody break you. You break yourself when you lay down. When you lay, like old folks said, when you lay down with fleas, you come up with fleas or flies. I be trying to remember what all these old folks be saying. But it's the truth, baby girl. Can't no man break you. You break yourself. You have to heal. You cannot keep jumping from relationship to relationship. And every time I see these reels, I said I was going to stop looking at them because I be getting so pissed off. And I was like, this generation, listen to when someone come on here and someone is trying to tell you something. Someone is trying to give you some wisdom and some guidance, not to tell you it's okay and the Lord knows my heart and the Lord knows he wants you to be happy. Yes, God wants us to be happy, but he don't want you to be no fool in the process. He don't want you to be a doormat. That's not what you were created for. And so, like I said, I was just so live it. She was boo-hooing. I mean, she was boo-hooing in the camera. Like, guys, will you stop breaking us women? We're trying to love you. And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, baby girl, if you don't listen to nobody, listen to Tony Gassett. I'm giving him his props where his props is due. Okay? Go on his site. Yeah, you don't have to listen to me, but go over there and learn some lessons. And I'm talking about men too. God has given him wisdom beyond wisdom. And he's trying to share because I can see in him, he's like me. He's frustrated that we're so lost because our flesh wants to be entertained. Our flesh wants to be stroked, our ego. We want to say we have a man. And, I was looking at another reel and the girl, she all up in arms because this guy was a basketball player. So what? He can't take none of that money if he go home to glory. And none of it's going to mean a hill of beans. So you're getting yourself all riled up, all hooked up, thinking that you're going to be a sit-at-home wife. No, baby, if you lay down before he even asks you to marry him, you're not going to be that sit-at-home wife. Point blank, like Tony said, period. So, ladies, please, I'm almost like begging you to think about it. No man can break you. You break yourself. 1 Corinthians 13:4, like I said, love is patience. Patience, trust. When you pursue out of something, it drains you. It takes all your energy. It zaps you. Because you're so focused on somebody who doesn't mean you a hill of beans. Somebody who's don't even know what they doing. They so jacked up from the floor up and you running after them because he look good. No, that's the problem. You're looking at this right here instead of you're looking at the person's heart. You're looking at the person's character. Ladies, come on, stop. And like I said, I was like, man, even now I'm getting like heated because, I'm like all these young girls every day. It's a reel, and this is one guy, he critiques these reels. I don't even remember his name, but sometimes he be like making me mad because he be having, negative things to say about women. So I know where he at, okay? So, and I'm like, everything that you put on there is about women. Why is you all in women's stuff, boo? And you said that you married. You need to be focusing on your wife instead of focusing on what all these women are doing. But then if he don't do that, then I wouldn't have no reels to talk about. But on the same token, y'all, I'm just joking right now, but no, I ain't joking. If he didn't come on there and have no reels, I probably wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Give me something to talk about. But if a man wants you, he will recognize you. You don't have to run after him. You don't have to follow him. You don't have to call him. If you his material. Because see, like one of the things that Tony always saying, if a man wants you, he gonna do everything in his power to get you. And if you're wife material, and if you're the one for him, ain't nothing you gonna have to do. You just ride it out like a wave. And he's gonna do all the work. But when you doing all the work, and you going out running after him and going all kind of crazy and doing all kind of crazy stuff, ain't nobody wants you. Like the other reel I seen, the guy had a lady come to his house. He had another lady in the house. She out there in the front of the house, banging, acting a fool, acting crazy, got arrested for what? For a man? Oh, come on, ladies. Get it together, my sisters, my daughters, my nieces, my cousins, on the female persuasion. Y'all, let's get it together. Can't no man break you. You break yourself when you lower your standards. So on that note, Dr. Day, and you got an attitude with me, so what? I ain't gonna say what Tony say, but it don't really matter. I have my opinion, you have your opinion, and you keep doing what you doing, and you keep getting on there talking about a man has broke you when you have the power in your hand. See ya.